These Republican bills, once again, show that Republicans are more interested in division and taking us backwards. They have no ideas to make life better for Americans. They only have Donald Trump and Project 2025. That's it. That's it.
This rule provides for consideration of two members that cut wasteful and unnecessary spending. They responsibly fund the federal government and they support American production, pushing back on the ridiculous Green New Deal agenda under the Biden-Harris administration. It eliminates wasteful spending on unnecessary and redundant climate change programs. It reins in the out-of-control regulation being implemented by the executive branch, and it prohibits funding from being used to promote DEI and CRT initiatives. And I don't think I need to go into all of the ways misguided DEI efforts are failing.
I have to say, Mr. Speaker, we have to do better. This is not a serious Congress. This is not serious legislating. These bills, these appropriation bills, are important because our farmers rely on it. That's why the ag appropriation bill is important. Financial services bill is important. All these bills are important. We need to not just have ideological debates, we need to have bills come to the floor that can actually pass and work its way through the process and get signed into law. This is the failing of this majority. My friend from Minnesota can point the finger at the Senate, can point the finger at, Biden, can point the finger at Vice President Harris, and they point fingers all over the place. At the end of the day, unfortunately for America, they're in control of the House of Representatives, and they're doing a lousy job. They're doing a lousy job. Mr. Speaker, I will close for our side. Mr. Speaker, at the end of the day, it's not just about the legislation here. It's about two competing visions for America. Democrats' record speaks for itself. We passed the largest infrastructure bill in a generation, and my Republican friends are falling over each other trying to take credit for infrastructure projects in their district that most of them voted against. We passed the largest climate change bill in world history. We brought jobs back from overseas. Inflation is coming down, job growth is solid, and we are working to guarantee that all Americans have an opportunity to succeed. We are fighting for workers. We want opportunity for kids, success for families, and dignity for our seniors. We support our veterans. We want democracy to be secure at home and around the world. We have a vision for a better future and an idea on how to get there. These Republican bills, once again, show that Republicans are more interested in division and taking us backwards. Here we are, debating appropriation bills. We're supposed to be having 4 on the floor today. 2 of them were pulled after we had a hearing in the Rules Committee, after members testified on amendments, after legislative staff spent hours and hours and hours drafting amendments for Democrats and Republicans, after the parliamentarians reviewed all these amendments to see whether they were germane or not. CBO did scores on all of them. All this work, they pulled it. What a waste of time. Colossal waste of time. And the general lady said, well, it's the Senate Democrats. I just have trouble following that logic. I have trouble following that logic. Makes no sense. Bottom line is that these bad bills, they can't even get over the finish line. None of them are going to become law. We're wasting our time. The way this is supposed to work is we're supposed to work together, especially since there's a democratically controlled Senate and a Democrat in the White House, and you have a very slim margin here in the House for Republicans. We should be working together to construct bills that can actually pass, that will actually help people. Again, I brought an amendment to the I had an amendment in the Rules Committee last night to bring 2 bills, the Financial Services Appropriation Bill and the Ag Appropriations Bill, that we had testimony on, bring it to the floor. I think they're garbage bills the way they're written, but I had an amendment that made in order all the amendments that were offered, Democrats and Republicans, and we didn't protect any amendments from any points of order, and we could have had a debate and hopefully made these bills better. But they were so bad, that Republicans didn't even believe they could twist enough Republican arms to pass them. So we wasted time, and they pulled them. And I will say the bills that are being brought to the floor today, I want to give my friends who are watching a little insight onto the way they think about fairness. 123 Republican amendments are made in order. 23 Democratic amendments. That's it. I mean, perfectly good, germane amendments that should be in order were not made in order. That's their idea of fairness. And it's a coming attraction of what will happen if their candidate wins the presidency and they win the Senate. It is their way or the highway. And right now, their way can't even get enough votes within the majority party right now. I mean, they can't pass two of these bills, so they pulled them. At the end of the day, unfortunately for America, they're in control of the House of Representatives, and they're doing a lousy job. They're doing a lousy job. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back my time.